Hello, wild child. It is I, Janae Robinson, your creative life coach, here to help you release your fears, tap into your inner child, and find your soul deep happiness. So, this video is going to focus on what soul deep happy means and also the soul deep revolution that I am starting that I would love for you guys to participate in. So, soul deep happy literally means being happy deep within your soul. Now, how do you feel soul deep happy? You know what it is, you just don't have a name for it. So it's that feeling of joy that just bubbles up when you're doing something that is truly in alignment with what you love, with what your spirit loves to do. That is soul deep happy. Whether that is being with a loved one who, yes, you guys have little arguments here and there, but you know that your life is so much better with them than without them. Or maybe it's a memory of when you went out to dinner with friends and something happened and you were just laughing so hard. In that moment, you felt soul deep happy. So soul deep happiness is moments in time. It's moments when you find that joy. It's also how you find happiness within yourself, which is a struggle for so many people because you get caught up in your everyday struggles, whether that is working a 9-to-5 corporate job, marriage, whatever that is. We take on a lot of stress in our lives. And so it's hard for us to tap in and know when we're having those soul deep happy moments. So soul deep happiness is recognizing it as soon as it happens, is knowing that, wow, this is a moment. This is a moment when I am soul deep happy. I'm going to remember this and I am going to bring it up whenever I feel down or wherever I'm feeling those negative thoughts come into place. That is what soul deep happy is. Now, what I mean by a soul deep revolution, there is so much going on right now in the world with the, I didn't even want to say his name, but with the Trump presidency. We are now facing a tipping point in America. There are more hate crimes right now than there were post 9/11. So marinate on that one for a second. It's a critical time. And I was listening to Abraham Hicks the other day, who said that this election was the best election ever. And here's why. It completely threw it for me, put it on its head for me. It is because it showed us, this election has showed us that it is more than just one man and one woman. It would have been amazing if Hillary won. It would have been awesome to have a woman president. It would have been awesome to see how she handled the next 4 years. I was a Bernie Sanders girl, hardcore, but I understood how amazing it would also be if Hillary won. That did not happen. But what happened is that this election showed what work still needs to be done in America and how bad it's always been, but was just brushed under the rug. So with Donald Trump now being in a position of power, the racists, the people who are xenophobes, all of those people that he has incited with his horrific talk about women, Muslims, basically every single minority group you can think of. He has now incited his supporters, who obviously are racist on their own, to come forth and spread their hate. By doing that, though, he has shone a light on how much hate there still is. But he has also galvanized the good people, what I like to call the soul deep warriors. He's galvanized them to protest in the name of women's rights, in the name of love for all ethnicities, all religions. That is what he has brought about. So technically, if you think of it that way, this was a great election. It has sparked a fire in people. No longer can people just sit by the sidelines and not do something because the hate crimes are so in their face all over the country. We're not talking in some hick towns. We're talking New York, Los Angeles, St. Petersburg, Florida, places that you would think would be more progressive, but are actually obviously not. You're seeing swastikas all over the place. So by being the horrible person that Donald Trump is, he has sparked a fire of love and positivity in other people. People who would normally just sit by and not do anything. We are at a point now, a tipping point, where you can no longer sit by and not do anything. If you are sitting by and doing nothing, you are part of the problem. We have to all be part of the solution, which is how I came to the idea of having a soul deep revolution. What does that mean? It means that you are now going to do the soul deep work, as Abraham Hicks mentions is to say now we have to create our own reality. It is forcing us, this election and this presidency, is forcing us to look within ourselves and understand what can we do? How can I create a better reality for myself? Because that is, we are in control of creating our own reality. So now you have to look deep within your soul and think, how can I work on myself? In what ways can I do that so that I find the happiness within myself so that I can spread that to others? That could simply be paying attention to what's happening around you. It could simply be having more empathy for others. It's the work that you have to do within yourself. Everybody has to at some point in time. You have to work on releasing that negative thinking. You have to work on pushing past your fears. You have to push past conflicts, because I'm telling you what, when you become a soul deep warrior, when you become a love warrior is another great way to say it. You are going to face conflict. You're going to face conflict with those Trump supporters who only respond to hate. So what you're going to have to do is respond with love, but you're also defending somebody else. There's always going to be conflict when that happens, no matter how much love, no matter how much you step up and say, this is wrong, this person deserves love, you're going to be met with conflict from the opposing side. That's just how human nature is. So you need to be strong enough to say, you know what, I know this is going to create conflict. I know they're going to attack me, whether it's verbally or physically, but I love my fellow person enough that it's worth it. It is worth it to me to stand up for humanity, because that's what this is, people. It is a fight for humanity, because what the Trump supporters are doing is not humanity. It is a bastardization of humanity. It is the worst of it. So this is a fight for the good of humanity, and it can be done. But first, we have to change ourselves. We have to work on the issues that we currently deal with. We have to take a deep look and see, well, what prejudices am I holding on to? Am I secretly having, racist thoughts? If so, be aware of that, because the thing is, a lot of people will have that white privilege where they don't even realize how their circumstances, how their life growing up has shaped the way they are now. So you have to think about that. You have to say, how can I change my own behavior? Is that incorporating meditation so that I'm more self-aware? Is that incorporating self-love rituals for myself? What can I do to look deep within myself and start working on myself? Because once you do that, you're also going to recognize in other people the traits that you're wanting to change. You're going to be able to better have the strength to stand up for what is right. There's so many ways that you can make a difference. Something as simple as wearing a safety pin. It happened with Brexit in Britain. They started it. Where wearing a safety pin was showing those who were persecuted, who felt like they were being persecuted against, it was a safe place for them to sit with. So for instance, if a Muslim is scared to sit somewhere because they don't know where the hate's going to come from, seeing a safety pin lets them know that you are more than willing to have them sit next to you, and you're more than willing to protect them if somebody comes and attacks them. Something as simple as that. Now, I've read articles where they say the safety pin should not be the only thing you do. I completely agree, but every little thing matters. It is a silent message to people who are living in fear that you support them. Definitely do that, and definitely speak out when you see it happening. This is the soul deep revolution. You need to start within yourself and work on it. And for the next couple of videos, I'm going to be giving you tips on how to do that. How do you start it? Because I'm all here for helping you release those fears and doubts and negative thinking. So I'm going to continue over these next videos to let you know what steps you can take to start your personal soul deep revolution and find your own soul deep happiness. Because that is the first step, my friend, is having that empathy, having that love for other humans, believing that love is love. Whether you are gay, whether you are a Muslim, Mexican, it does not matter, because we are all beautiful beings of light energy, and we all deserve respect and love and empathy. So there you go. If you are already doing that, if you're already standing up for people in the best way possible, leave a comment below and tell me, how have you started your soul deep revolution? What have you started working on in yourself? What feelings has the election brought up that makes you think, hey, you know what? I need to work on this within myself. Leave a comment. Please subscribe as well, just so you can be more aware whenever I put new videos up. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram because that's also where I will be posting when a new video comes up as well as some other great quotes, any freebies and giveaways that I have going on as well. Thank you so much for watching.